Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, I'll be going through the reroll guide. So Etheria Restart official launch is at the corner, which is around like 3 days or 2 days, depends on when I post this video. So probably you'll be wondering which unit you should actually get, like if you are going to reroll, or what kind of unit you should actually hope you are getting for. So I'll be sharing my own top 5 unit I hope I actually get from the permanent banner. So one of my previous video, I did mention that I'm gonna go all in to the permanent banner instead of the targeted summon and the raid up summon. I did explain why I'm gonna do that. But if you're gonna reroll, alright, because if you have the time and if you have the dedication and you want to start strong, you want to reroll, you're gonna reroll at the permanent summon because that's the only way for you to get the light and dark through RNG. And of course, getting light and dark character in this game is gonna be the best reroll, right? So if you get any of them at the start, it's actually your best start. But based on my own opinion, not all light and dark I actually like it. I will hope that I actually get a specific character as well. Okay, so first of all, I'm not going to reroll is because at my email that I already bind through the beta test, the rebate function, and also the creator email as well, so I can't reroll, or I don't have the time to reroll as well. But if you want to reroll, my first unit in mind I will actually go for is Lily. So why I actually like Lily is because, first of all, she's very rare. She's the dark character as well, and then her skill kit actually makes her one of the best supporter unit in the game. She will be very flexible, she can be fit in any team. And now let's take a look at her skill. S1, the first skill here, Lily will do damage based on 240% to a single target enemy. And then there's a 50% chance to increase the turn meter to herself by 20% and the ally who have the lowest turn meter. And then if your ally have the twin trick, you have a 100% chance to support. So for how are you going to apply this twin trick buff? So it's like a pairing system. So you need to apply your S2 first, which is the buff to apply the twin trick to the ally. So let's say you apply the twin trick to a DPS ally, then the ally will instantly get 2 turns of speed up. If the target already have twin trick, if you reapply on the target, will instantly get 3 turns of crit damage up and instantly start their turn. So when you apply the twin trick, then that's all her kit, because she's gonna synergize with her S1 and S3. So S1 here, if your ally have the twin trick, your ally will have a 100% chance to support to cast their S1, the skill 1 damage to the target. Then your S2 here will apply will give everyone 2 turns of speed buff, will give crit damage on the target ally if you already have twin trick. And your twin trick here, every time Lily take action, increase the holder turn meter by 30%, which is your DPS. If you apply the twin trick on the DPS will get 30% boost as well, which means your DPS can actually build very slow with very high damage, will get assist through the S1, and also get AP push with the twin trick mechanic. Alright, so Lily can only apply this effect to one target other than herself. So you're not able to like apply twin trick to one DPS and then a second DPS also get a twin trick. You can't do that. It will only focus on one target. Then the S3 here, Lily will do damage to all enemy. It's an AoE damage by 260%. 55% chance to extend all the skill CD by 1 turn is very strong in PvP. And then instantly reset all the skill CD for the ally who have twin trick. So if you already apply the twin trick to your highest DPS, your DPS is gonna do like a lot of skill already, and probably the skill is like very long CD, very long term cooldown. Then your Lily here is able to reset instantly your DPS skill, so they can cast the skill again. So this skill here itself is very strong. So let me show you a demo. Alright, so this is just a demo, it's not going to be a proper team. So let's say I start in the battle. I made my Lily very fast, right? So I'm going to use the S2 first. It will, then I cast it on my DPS, which is really Mocha. Then everyone get the speed up buff. Everyone get a speed up buff, and Real Mocha herself will get a twin trick buff. So this twin trick buff here is already on Real Mocha, and it won't have a CD. You can notice that there's no turn count. It will always be on Real Mocha. So let's say I cast S3 on the target already, do damage, and now my Real Mocha is on CD, which is 3 turn, right? So my healer just gonna like randomly do something, wait for them to do damage. Alright, now my Lily is gonna take my action again. So let's say I cast S1, I'm gonna have a 50% chance to boost turn meter and 100% chance to make my Real Mocha to cast another S1 to damage. So S1, then my Real Mocha will do S1 damage. And the S1 here, Real Mocha have a speed down, so it did apply a speed down to the target. So it's a 100% chance to assist. So let's say I'm going to cast another AoE damage. So now my Real Mocha is 2 skill is already on cooldown, which kinda make her not able to do anything already, right? Because all the skill is already on cooldown. So now I'm going to use my Lily to instantly CD reset the twin target, which is going to be Real Mocha. Okay, so S3, do damage, then CD reset her, then she's gonna have her S2 and S3 again. Alright, so this is how it's gonna work for the Lily. So that's one of the reasons why I want Lily, is because it's very flexible. She can be fit into any other team, and she's a dark element. She won't get countered by the RGB element. And if you go auto, you'll notice that Lily will S2, and it also prioritizes to the DPS in terms of AI. So even in auto mode, you don't have to worry about it. You prioritize on Real Mocha. Alright, Lily S1, Real Mocha S1 as well. Then she will cast S3 later when Lily take her action. So even at auto mode, you don't have to worry about the turn order. It won't be so stupid to actually cast S3 first, then only apply the twin buff, which is not going to be the case, which is actually good. So that's one of the reasons why I want to get Lily. I pray I get Lily at global release, but who knows, it's all RNG, right? Alright, so the next one is Heinrich. So Heinrich, I actually also hope to get him, is because his Dispel kit. Alright, so let's take a look at his kit first. S1, he will do damage. By the way, he's also a debuffer, he is also a damage dealer. So we can do damage to a single target and apply block, so the target cannot apply with any kind of buff, which is also very strong in PvP. Then he will apply a very special debuff on the target, a Reaper Gaze. Each time Heinrich attack has a 50% chance to dispel one buff from the target. So he can be a dispeller as well because of this kit. Every time he attack, okay, no matter what skill, as long as he attacking, have a 50% chance to dispel one buff. If the target have no dispellable buff, then have an 80% chance to apply one stack of Last Word. So if he can dispel, or if the enemy doesn't have buff at all, he can apply this buff, Last Word. It will be also very strong in PvE. Because if you actually able to strip the boss immunity, then you can apply this buff. Then it will increase the crit damage taken and also the chance of getting crit by 7%, up to 4 stacks. So it can increase the crit damage taken by 28% and also crit rate by 28%. So it's easier for your DPS to crit on the target, and when you crit, the damage taken is also increased. This is very strong, and any kind of attack will also trigger the 50% chance to dispel. Then your wound. S2 will do damage based on one single target, 180%, and then another 180% to a random enemy, so it's basically targeting 2, and then final 180% to all enemies. So 180% to the main, and then 1 random target, and then 1 AoE damage. And all this damage here will also trigger the Reaper Gaze because it's any attack. Then if the target have no buff to dispel, then there's a 65% chance to apply the wound, so they cannot get healing. So he can disable the enemy healing, he can disable the enemy getting any buff, he can make the enemy getting more crit rate damage taken, and increase the crit rate chance for your ally just by the S1 and S2. Then how about the S3? We'll release AoE damage 3 times and 100% to all enemy, and the final hit have a 65% chance to apply 2 turns of block. Every 1 stack of the last word will increase this skill crit damage by 30%, and this last word here can stack up to 4 times. So 4 times, and it basically increasing your skill crit damage by 120%. Okay, but that's a condition, which is every stack of the last word, right? And in order to let you apply the last word, you're gonna need to apply through your when you do damage, and it have to be the target doesn't have any dispellable buff. But his whole kit itself already have a lot of dispel, so you don't have to really worry that the enemy have any buff, so you can actually get benefit through this damage as well. So he can be a buff blocker, he can be a dispeller, he can be a damage dealer, and also not really a buffer, but he can apply the buff through like the last word. This is one of the unit that I actually like as well, but he's a dark unit, so the disorder unit, so it's actually pretty hard to get as well. But if I can get it, is good. Alright, if I can get him and Lily, is even better. I'm copying here, right? But if I can get it, it's good. Alright, so let's take this for example. I'm just gonna deploy some character. Alright, so my S3 damage here, it does stack the last word and also the block. So why is it applying 3 kind of debuff? It's because his S3 is 3 hit. Every hit is 1 attack, and every time he attack, which is this passive here, every time he attack, he have a 50% chance to dispel and 80% chance to apply 1 stack of last word. And because my S3 here is doing 3 damage, 3 hit, so it's managed to apply 3 last word to the target. Okay, then another thing is the S3 here can apply block. So instantly, if you are faster than enemy, it will instantly apply block to the target as well. So they are not able to get buff, and then they instantly get 3 stack of last word, which increase the chance of getting crit by 21%, and also the crit damage taken as well. So the random damage. Okay, now I'm taking a turn again. So if I cast Wound here, I'm gonna do damage and then AoE damage as well, and then I'll apply Wound because they doesn't have any buff. So let's say Wound, then AoE damage. Then now we look at the boss. It's another debuff Wound, so they cannot receive heal, they cannot receive buff, and they're gonna increase the crit rate getting taken. So he is being a debuffer, being a dispeller, and also being a DPS, which I really like it, but he's a Dark Esper, so I'm not sure if I can really get it. Okay, then the top 3 I would actually hope I get is actually Doki Doki. So Doki Doki is a light character, which I hope I can actually get her as well, but she's one of the Dark and Light, so it's not gonna be easy to get it. So S1 is going to do 1 single target damage and then give herself 1 stack of backup. So backup is before any ally take an action, but they have to be debuffed. So if they have debuff and they take action, you will consume this backup to help them purify 3 debuff. 3 debuff is a lot, and 1 backup stack can help you cleanse 3 kind of debuff and apply 1 stack of data stream. Backup stack maximum can go up to 6 stack, which means she can help you dispel up to 18 debuff, depends on how many stack you have, and the ally have to get debuff first before they take their action. Alright, then this S1 is pretty straightforward and even can trigger at any time. It's a 100% time to trigger. Then S2 here, reduce 1 ally skill CD by 1 turn, which so you have CD reduction, and this thing is 5 times consecutively. Every time the targeting other ally with the highest total skill CD, so you can't focus on one ally, it will randomly just CD down for your ally and then apply 1 stack of data stream to them. So they get data stream, increase their damage deal and increase speed up to 12 stack. So if you go up to maximum, you can go up to 30% damage deal and 30 speed, which is very strong. So she can help you CD down, he can help you speed up and also apply buff. Then the S3 here is turn meter increase. So when you cast it, she's going to increase one ally's turn meter by 12% 8 times. So it's 96%, but every time the targeting is going to be the lowest turn meter. It's something like how she casts S2. So S2 is whoever have the highest total CD, then we'll focus on them first, a total of 5 times. Then for the S3 is whenever who have the lowest turn meter will focus on them first. Every time is 12%, can trigger up to 8 times. Then inflict 1 stack of data stream on them, basically increasing more damage deal and speed for them. And then inflict 5 stack of backup to herself. So when she have 5 stack of backup, whenever your ally who have debuff take an action, will consume 1 stack and instantly help them purify it, which is very, very strong. I would say she's very strong in PvP. PvE, she can help you be a cleanser, she can be a turn meter booster, she can be a supporter for you to increase your damage deal and increase your speed, and be a CD reduction character. She's going to be a very, very strong character. I would say she's pretty strong in more strong in PvP. PvE, she's also a very good supporter unit, but she won't be the higher list that I want, which is Lily and Heinrich. But Doki Doki is also one of the unit that I want to get if I'm gonna reroll. Alright, so this is my top 3 currently, and then my top 4 is not gonna be a light and dark character anymore. Even though yes, the other 2 light and dark character is gonna be strong, the Shadow Sanya and Masaya is gonna be strong as well, but I mainly want the other three. So what about the RGB unit? If I really want to get, I will actually hope for I either get Rosa or either get Real Mocha. So Real Mocha is one of the best DPS for Doki Doki grind because of the element advantage. She have a single target damage and also AoE damage as well, but she have to kill the target first. Alright, then also stun the enemy. She have a stun, she have splash damage and also doing a good damage. She have a AoE damage that also have self heal and also increase the final damage based on the target HP loss. And then S1 here can reduce the speed down. Overall, Real Mocha is, but you don't really need to reroll for her because you can get her from the targeted summon, so which isn't a big issue, but I hope I can get her through my summon as well. Then the other one is Rosa, because Rosa is also a very strong DPS unit. Her S1 here can do damage, and then the final hit is a crit, then 50% chance to reduce the turn meter as well. And then the passive here, every time Rosa lands a crit, okay, it lands a crit, and if the target doesn't inflicted with the Blade Heart Bloom, she'll inflict 1 turn for it. Then Blade Heart Bloom is 15% extra damage from basic attack. So whenever your team is doing S1 damage, then we'll get 15% extra damage. Then if the carrier takes a critical hit as the main target, Rosa deals a follow-up attack as well. So she can follow up target. Will keep controlling the character because there's always a turn meter reduced in her S1. Then the S1 here is 3 hit, 210%, and then she can keep on follow up damage through the Blade Heart Bloom, which is very strong. Then by the way, this is a passive, so every time you crit your S1, and if you crit, then we apply the Blade Heart Bloom. And then AoE damage increase 2 turns of crit rate for all your ally, then do 3 hit of damage, and every crit here have 40% chance of inflict speed down. It's not really nothing too broken, but it's an AoE slow, AoE damage, AoE buff to your whole team with crit rate. Then because of this damage here, your passive will apply the Blade Heart Bloom to the target, and whenever the target gets hit by a crit, then you'll follow up damage with the S1. So let me demo the Rosa as well. Alright, so let's take this for example. Let's say I'm really just gonna turn meter on her, right, to give up the trick, and then I'm gonna use S3 to do damage to them, and because I have this passive, it will apply the Blade Heart Bloom on the target, so then I'll follow up the damage, because when I use S3 it will apply the Blade Heart, and because I use apply the Blade Heart and then I trigger a crit, then I'll follow up damage to attack them. So S3, crit rate up, and then apply debuff. Everyone is gonna get the Blade Heart debuff. Then because I crit, then I'll follow up damage, another S1 to the target. So now every target here have 1 turn of the Blade Heart Bloom, and as long as I crit on that target, then Rosa will follow up damage to S1 on that target. So let's say I'm gonna hit on the boss, single target. Okay, I did not crit, so I did not trigger the follow up. So I need to wait again. And because it's a 1 turn debuff, alright, so let's say I trigger on you, because you still have the debuff. S1. Okay, I crit, and then Rosa follow up damage. S1, S1. And because every time you S1, you have the chance to reduce the target turn meter. So you actually get turn meter down. So let's say S1 again. Target turn meter got pushed down again. Alright, so this is a very strong DPS unit. She relies on her S1. So even though the patch note they reduced the AP down instead of 10% to 8%, I will still try to get for her. Then the last unit I actually hope to get is actually Mill, but it's not at the banner yet. But let's take a look at the Hyper Talk video. So Mill is actually this target, and Mill will be added into the permanent banner, so I also hope I can get her because her skill kit is actually very strong. And she's cute. Alright, let me reduce the volume a bit. Alright, so this is the S3. Let me see, where is it? Oh, by the way, she's a light character, so it's gonna be very hard to get. Alright, so this is her skill. Single target, CC, and steal turn meter. Okay, let me skip skill preview. So your S1 here will do damage to them and have a 25% chance to apply freeze. Alright, even though it is a pretty low chance, but when you apply freeze, then the target cannot take action and cannot gain turn meter. So if, let's say, the enemy doesn't build speed at all and the DPS get freeze, then they can't actually take their turn very easily unless they have a way to dispel the freeze, or else you can't even get turn meter. So even Doki Doki can't help you increase the turn meter to take your action instantly. So this is a very strong S1. Right, so the S2 a bit weird, their demo they didn't put the description, but basically it's a AoE damage have a chance to apply freeze. Right, so if we look at the preview here, AoE damage that you have chance to apply the freeze, which is good. Then your ultimate skill, AoE damage deals 300%, 65% chance to steal the main target turn meter by 50%. So if the target turn meter you have like 90%, you're gonna steal half of it, and then you take the amount you steal, you're gonna redistribute the 25% of it for all your allies. So basically you're gonna steal the enemy turn meter, everyone and all your allies gonna get turn meter boost as well, and then all your ally get speed up. So it's gonna be a very strong controller plus supporter. And it seems like the damage is actually not low as well, because based on the multiplier, 300% is actually pretty good. So that's also one of the reasons why I want to try to get Mew. But she's a light character, so it's going to be a very low chance as well. But since you're going to reroll, why not just try to reroll the best possible result as well, right? So that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this video actually enlighten you guys who you want to go reroll for. And if you want, you can also comment down who are you actually rerolling for, or are you going to reroll. So hope you guys enjoy the video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is GenMP, SPVCEJVMQ, Trendcan, thank you so much for your support. And also special thanks for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Seimer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Choni, Antonio Winterspoon, Cragran, Calamity, Rokos Tendions, Jordan Alons. Special thanks for your support. And also special thanks for the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ, RY, and X, Reeks. Thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest tag. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Choni. Thank you so much for your support.